Yep, you read that right. I saved $10,000 in 10 months, and I'm going to show you exactly how I did it. On this video, let me first put a disclaimer out there, a disclaimer I should not have to put out there, but oftentimes I do. Please understand that my financial journey will never ever be the same as someone else's. We all have different financial situations and different financial responsibilities, okay? Even though I saved $10,000 in 10 months, it is not a guarantee that if you use my methods, you will be able to do the same thing. As a matter of fact, some of you watching this video right now, if you use my methods, you might actually be able to save more than what I did. Some of you may be able to save less. It all depends on your financial circumstances, but I will tell you exactly how I did it. So let me first talk about why I saved so much money, because it seems to be that in my generation, we don't really have that same value. We don't hold the same value when it comes to our finances and saving money for the future. We live that YOLO lifestyle. You only live once. Go out here, do what you want to do with your money, splurge, spend money that you don't really have. And I've never really been that person. So back in October of 2016, the company that I helped to found almost 3 years ago, we merged with a company that was pretty much targeted around personal financial success. It's a personal financial success company. And so because I was in the position of leadership that I was in, I told myself, look, Key, you cannot be the protege of a personal financial success company if you are not even trying to attain personal financial success. Yeah, that doesn't work. And it wasn't that I wasn't trying to attain financial success. It's just I didn't have a plan to do it, basically. Now, I've never ever been like horrible with money or anything like that. I've had savings accounts and different things like that, but I didn't have a plan and I had no goals. So pretty much I would have some extra money and be like, oh, let's throw it in a savings account. And then like weeks or months later, I would pull it out to go spend it on something because it was just sitting there. I didn't have a reason to really have it there. Now, if you are new to my channel, one thing that you will see pretty consistently whenever I talk about finances is that I don't have a budget. That is one of the main things that people start to develop when they start to get serious about their finances is a budget. And yeah, budgets don't work for me. I overspend in certain areas. I can't stick to it, and then I get irritated, I get pissed off, and then I'm like, to heck with it, I'll just do whatever I want with my money. It's pretty bad, yeah. But look, don't judge me. I'm pretty sure you've been in the same predicament before. During this time, I said, look, I'm gonna get serious about everything. I'm not a big spender. I don't spend a lot of money on clothes and shoes and all of these different gadgets and stuff like that. And I think that's the biggest reason why I never really had a financial plan, because I've never been a big spender. I've never had to worry about how much money was in my bank account at any point in time, because I pretty much paid my bills and then I pretty much saved the rest. I mean, I would splurge and, you know, I go out to eat whenever I'm hungry because I'm too lazy to cook, or, you know, just different things like that, normal stuff. The only thing I really splurge on, for those of you all who don't know, I am a gamer. I've been a gamer since literally I was a child. I've had almost every gaming system since the Nintendo. So that's my thing. So I will splurge on Xbox games or headsets whenever I break them. I'll even splurge sometimes on new computers, just different like electronics type of things, but that's not very often that I do it, which is why I didn't have a financial plan. I always had the money to pay for whatever it was without me draining my bank account. But when it came to this, I started getting very serious about not just being able to save money, but also start to pay my debts off. So when I started this plan back in November of 2016, I actually had enough money to put off to the side. I had $2,000 to start my savings, all right? And so now, as of today, I have $12,000 in my savings, which is why I say I saved $10,000 in 10 months, because I went from $2,000 to $12,000. Now again, I don't budget. So to give you a very brief synopsis and short and sweet and to the point summary of how I do my finances, essentially once I make a certain amount of money every single month, every dollar from there on out that I earn in income until the end of the month gets allocated. I keep a certain percentage in my checking as a cushion so I can cover my everyday expenses, and then I put a certain percentage towards my savings and a certain percentage towards my debt. So the first thing I did before I started on this plan was I eliminated unnecessary expenses. Now, I ended up eliminating a $30 a month car wash service, and there were other things that I eliminated as well. Things that I felt like might have been worth it at the time that I got it, but I wasn't necessarily using it as much as I should have, so I could go without that expense. The second thing I did was I started to reduce where I felt like I was overspending on certain monthly expenses as well. I ended up reducing my car insurance amount, and there were some other expenses that I had where I felt like I was overspending and I could get a better rate elsewhere. Now, for some of you all, maybe you're paying for cable and you're paying for extra channels that you don't really need because maybe your favorite show it's in the off season, so you're paying for this channel that you're not really watching shows on anymore. Some of you all may need to completely eliminate cable expenses. It just depends on your lifestyle, what your goals are, and how much money you really feel like you need to open up in your financial plan in order for you to be able to start saving some extra money and start paying off your debts. Again, everybody is different. What I feel like needs to be eliminated, maybe you don't. What I feel like is overspending, you may not feel the same way. So the third thing I did was I devised a plan for my money. After I saw how much money I freed up after eliminating unnecessary expenses and reducing overspending, I then was able to see what my true numbers were that I could devise a plan based off of. I was able to stick to this plan every single month. I have yet to deviate and do something different. I've yet to say, oh no, that's too much money, I don't want to put that towards my debt, I don't want to put that towards my savings. I have literally stuck with this plan since November of last year, you guys. So I'm going on almost 12 months, and this has been the easiest financial plan I've ever had. Again, because it's very specific, but it's not strict like budgeting. I can still do what I want to do with my money, the extra money that I have after paying off debt and putting money towards savings. And now that I've fully funded my mini emergency fund and my true emergency fund, now I get to change my allocations around to put even more money towards debt until my credit card is paid off. After my credit card is paid off, the last thing I have is my car loan. And then once my car loan is paid off, guess what? Then I can change my allocations around again, because now I don't need to put money towards debt or to savings because my savings is fully funded and also my debt is gone. So let me go through and tell you how much money I saved every single month since November of last year. Now, I have this written down on a piece of paper because of course I can't keep all of these numbers in my head. They're literally all different numbers. So in November of 2016, again, I started off putting $2,000 away in my savings at the very beginning of the month, and then I started my plan from there. Based on my income in November, I saved $1,144.20. Then in December, I saved $1,333.23. In January, I saved $751.19. And it was at this point that I decided to take the $3,000 that I now had saved up, put it out of my Bank of America savings, and I opened up an Ally savings account because at the time the interest rate on that was 1.05% compared to 0.01% in Bank of America. So I literally was able to increase my interest by 105% by switching over from Bank of America to Ally. So I transferred the $3,000 for my mini emergency fund into the first savings account with Ally Bank. Now in February, I saved $860.17. In March, I saved $974.86. In April, I saved $905.08. In June, I saved $1,012.20. In July, I saved $1,172.41. In August, I saved $676.45. And by the second week of September, I was able to cap off the rest of my $12,000 in savings by putting the last $307.52 into my savings. So at this point, I have $12,000 saved up you will see an extra $47 and some change in those accounts because that's the interest that I've earned thus far this year as time has gone on. The crazy thing is, if I would have had that same amount of money flowing into my Bank of America savings, instead of me earning $47 in interest, I would have only earned 39 cents. Yes. It's very important that you pay attention to interest rates. Some of you may have heard the numbers that I was putting towards my savings and think to yourself, look, I don't earn enough income to do that, or it's very hard for me to stay disciplined when it comes to things like that. And trust me, I completely understand. The most important thing is that you have a financial plan. I don't care if you use my plan, Dave Ramsey's plan, some other kind of budgeting plan, or some other plan that you found somewhere on the internet. Find something that works for you. Find something that works well with your personality. If you don't like being put in a box and you don't like the stress that can come from being strict with your finances, then make sure that you find a plan that allows for you to be able to have a little bit of wiggle room. Make it a goal for you to start saving for future emergencies with the use of emergency funds. Trust me, your financial future depends on it. I'll see you in the next video.